Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to The Walk. Today is Thursday, October 19th, and today we are still in Galatians 3. We are up to verse 26 and 27, which say, "For in Christ Jesus you are all sons of God through faith. For as many of you as were baptized into Christ have put on Christ." Now, we've already talked about what the Galatian Christians have been teaching. They come out of that Jewish tradition, and they had been teaching people that you were righteous through your adherence to the law. When you followed the law, you followed it to the letter, that was how you earned your salvation. A main motivator in Paul writing this letter was to correct that in that theology. That was the theology in the Old Testament. That was what Jewish Christians did after the law was given to Moses, and that was how they walked out their faith throughout that Old Testament time. But Jesus changed the covenant, and he dramatically changed it. So for them to see this and to see these two verses would have been a major shift in the way they thought about God. For them to for them to see it would have shocked them, and they would have been going, whoa, this is completely different. But to actually buy into it and start to follow their faith in a different way would have really been very different from what they had previously been doing. So as we break this down, what does it mean to be called sons of God? Well, when you're the son or the daughter of somebody, that usually, we have a lot of very broken relationships here on earth because we've got broken people working with broken people. But typically, you would expect that would be a very close, a very intimate, a very tight relationship. God isn't just saying, you're my follower. God is saying, you get to be my son or my daughter. You are family to me. You are adopted into my family. So that sons of God, the only way you could earn that in the Old Testament way was to be extremely obedient to that law. And in the new way, the only thing you have to earn that title of being a son or a daughter of God is to put your faith and trust in Jesus Christ. Now, baptism. Let's talk about baptism. Baptism is being completely immersed in the water, and it symbolically represents that you are identifying as your old life dying and your new life has risen. You are immersed into Christ. You are baptized into Christ. And because of that, you have put on Christ. And right away, as I read that, I thought of an analogy of, you put on clothes. If I go out without putting on clothes, people are going to see me and my nakedness. They are going to see everything about my body. They're going to see every weird blemish. They're going to see it all. They are going to see me. When I put on this green shirt, instead of seeing everything in my body, now they're seeing the green shirt and the things that I'm choosing to expose. We can think of it in the same way as you put on Christ. When you put on Christ, people should no longer be looking at you. They're looking at Jesus Christ working within you. They are looking at what Jesus has done in your life. They are seeing the results of the change that has happened when you died to your old self and you rose from the dead. So that's why that verse 27 is so important. Now, this would have been extremely hard for those Galatians to understand, that they're called to live in that recognition of who you are spiritually. I'm not just Maggie Skinner. I'm Maggie Skinner, daughter of the creator of the universe. And I walk in that identity of belonging to Jesus Christ every second of my life. And we need to remember that. We need to remember that when people are looking at us and they know we've become believers, they're watching to see what those changes are. They're watching to see how it's affected our lives. Let them see those changes. Let them see your love for Jesus Christ and share that love with the people around you. Have a wonderful day. God bless, and keep walking the walk.